Saying dates is easy. Or is it? Well, I think most of you will be using your birth date as an example. You have to give your birth date, your date of birth, or you are describing in a presentation your sales figures for certain years. So saying these years is very important. And there's only one variation on one technique, I think, of saying the year. Here are the years, lots of different years, and with the exception of the period from the year, this one, to this one, you can use the same method of saying these years, sorry. Okay, so here we have, what is it? 1987? No. We divide it. The two parts are divided into 1987. And here's one, 1856, historical date. Another important historical date for England, 1066, the day of the Norman conquest. We lost the Battle of Hastings. It was almost a disaster for the English language, but the English language survived, and it's much more international than French now. Now here's a particular period. From this year to this year, there is an exception, I think, because you would not say the year 2000, or you have to say the year 2000. And I teach this way of saying these years, 2000, 2001, 2002, and therefore we changed from 1999 to the year 2000. But now we're over 2010, you can say 2010, or reverting back to the old technique, you can say 2010. Yes, we're back to the old times. But now you have an alternative way of saying it. So now we are in 2014, or we're in the year 2014. Both are very common and can be used. Now here's a quick additional slide about talking about a 10-year period, or decade as we call it. Now the most recent is the 20th century, which you will see a lot. And if you see in the 1960s written like this with an apostrophe S, or 1960s written, then this is referring to the period from 1960 to 1969. And here's an example of a phrase. The Beatles were a famous pop band in the 60s and the 70s. However, when you are referring to a 10-year period in the 19th century or earlier, you cannot reduce the form to the 50s, 60s. You have to say the full period, that is the 1850s or the 1740s. Here's my example. During the 1850s, there was an important political debate regarding slavery in the USA. So thanks very much for coming in and watching, and I hope you will watch some other videos in my channel, and subscribe please, comment, share it with some friends, and see you in another video. Thanks again, goodbye.